What up, guys? It's your mum's favourite white belt. I'm here with the scariest 18-year-old that I know now, Zach Angelevski. He is the world champion at medium heavy blue belt, which is pretty insane. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So why don't you tell me how'd you get into jiu-jitsu?
So my dad started me in jiu-jitsu around 4 years old, but he would bring me to the gym from around two because it was easier than paying for a babysitter.
Fair.
So I just watch him train, and then I kind of just got roped into training, and then I never stopped. So for the last 15 years, I've been training jiu-jitsu.
Nice. How long before you did your first comp when you started?
I was about six, close to seven, but like early six, and at that point I was competing at least 5 to 6 times a year, from 6 to maybe 15.
As a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
Okay, that's how many I
yeah,
did in my first year of jiu-jitsu, but I was like 27,
yeah,
so that's good. Did you win like early? Did you
yeah,
take to it pretty quick?
yeah.
No.
So I would train 4 days a week maybe, and I would win most of my comps. I think I won all my comps as a kid.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Did you find? Did you take to a particular part really well? Like, were you really good at takedowns or getting into armbars, or you just absorbed the information pretty good?
Up until about a year ago, I was mainly a top player, so wrestling, passing. And then about a year ago, I started Nogi at Sydney Wrestling, and we started working on my guard a lot more.
That's. Did you do nogi before you came to Sydney Wrestling, or not really?
I've had trained Nogi. I had competed once in Nogi, but never more than like once a month or once every 6 months Nogi.
And you won worlds after like a year.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. That's really impressive. How? Well, now you're out of school and everything, and you
Yeah.
said you told me you were still studying to be a teacher or
Yeah.
education sort of thing, which is awesome. But how often are you training now these days?
So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I train jujitsu twice a week, twice a day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, I train once a day. On the days I don't train twice a day jujitsu, I'll do weights and cardio as well
Cool.
as.
Yeah,
So that's that. I teach with my dad at Angel MMA. We have our own little gym. I teach jiu-jitsu and kickboxing there 3 times a week. So that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then, yeah,
that's great. So you do kickboxing as well?
yeah.
Oh, Matt, that's sick. Do you find that teaching it kind of helps your technique a little bit as well, or just to? I know you'd probably be teaching little kids and
Yeah.
basic sort of things, but I feel like it would help. But I don't know. I'm not good enough to teach, guys.
Yeah, here at Sydney Wrestling, I help teach classes sometimes, morning classes if the coaches can't come in. And it really helps me break down my own movements because I need to think about what I'm doing. If I'm just doing a move, I tend not to break it down and think what I'm doing, I just do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's nice to think about what I'm doing and like analyze the movements.
I would love to learn how to
Yeah.
think while I'm doing jiu-jitsu because
Yeah.
that's why I'm not good yet.
Yeah.
But that'd be awesome. So you said you came to Sydney Wrestling about a year ago.
Yeah.
How has that kind of impacted your training and your performance so far?
Well, I really started coming here when I finished high school, which helped me train twice a day and come to every class that's available. It's really helped open the leg lock game and the guard game because that is the main area where I was lacking. I've become a lot better all round jiu-jitsu, and I've just had amazing training partners here.
So
Like
anyone
really
you
good
want to
training.
mention? Anyone you or talk shit to a little bit? No.
Everyone that I train with is amazing.
Nice, nice. Yeah, the standard here is crazy, especially for like foot. I've seen a lot of leg game here,
Yeah.
which is crazy. What kind of comps do you have coming up that you're training for or are aiming to get to, and things like that?
So right now, I'm just planning on doing a few local comps, but I'm potentially thinking of doing like a no-gi Grand Slam
So,
potentially. So like
would you go like ADCC in the future, or
I
that's
was
not your vibe?
thinking
or-
of it potentially this year,
Yeah.
if not in 2 years, 100%.
How's your heel hook game?
Getting better,
Nice.
slowly getting better.
That's what you need for that one, but that's
I've been
good.
focusing on that last month after Worlds.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
So what? Well, you said you do weights and stuff as well. Do you pay a lot of attention on nutrition and all that stuff, or you just kind of make sure you're putting in the hours doing training and things like that?
So my dad used to be a bodybuilder,
Sick.
so I let him focus on my nutrition and my weights. I just do what he says and it works.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
um,
What kind of meals are you eating? Like lots of protein and
chicken
stuff.
and rice, beef and rice.
Chicken and rice. Jeez.
Protein shakes.
You're going like full Arnold.
Yeah,
Sick.
and just a lot of meat.
You're a pretty big unit, so that's
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's good, dude. When I go into comps now, and probably other people who are starting and like white belts and that sort of thing, I kind of go in and I'm all confident. I'm like, I got this. Like, I hype myself up, and then I get on the mats and I just freeze. And like, I was in Japan, I had the guy's back, and then I tried to get an armbar for 3 minutes from the bottom, and like just completely stuffed myself. How do you go into a comp mentally? Like, how are you trying to hype yourself up, or just stay calm, or what's your kind of approach?
I think my main strategy is early on during the week is visualization. So I see myself winning, I see myself competing on the mats, just to get my head in the zone. I let the nerves come, and I don't worry about the nerves too much. I expect some nerves. I don't really get too nervous anymore because I compete so often.
Yeah.
I think the more you compete regularly, the less nervous you'll get. So towards the end of the year, I tend not to get nervous at all. I'm expecting a bit of nerves coming back into comp, but not too many.
Okay. And then, but just like when you're just about to step on the mats, are you trying to get hyped, or are you just trying to stay calm and
Really a little angry.
just visualize? You get a bit angry?
Yeah.
Do you listen to any music or anything before you go out? What's your hype up song at the moment before you go in the car or whatever?
In the car, I tend to listen to religious music.
Oh, nice.
So like Orthodox music.
It's fair.
Just like, it really gets me like focused.
I feel like you can't lose if you got that on your side. It's a good way to look at
And
it.
then once I'm there, I listen to like rock, metal.
Nice.
And then maybe about an hour towards the comp, no music. Just focus on myself.
Oh, nice. Is there any kind of athletes that you look up to heaps in jits, or anything that you kind of, because the path to becoming like a professional jits athlete is difficult compared to like football and stuff like that. Is there anyone that you're trying to like emulate, or are you just trying to figure out your own way and do what's working for the time being, sort of thing?
I think my main goal is just to copy my coach Lucas.
Yeah.
Anything he does, I want to get good at.
The canard?
Yeah, Lucas Canard.
It's very good.
Very good. I look at his skill and the time he puts into the mats, and I try to just emulate that. And I know with his help, no matter what, I'll continuously get better.
Nice. Very good answer. Do you have any advice for someone starting, or someone who probably at like a white belt level or a blue belt level that really wants to make it in jiu-jitsu sort of thing and win gold at worlds or things like that? Do you have any advice for someone taking it up and trying to take it seriously?
Train very hard, very often. Make sure where you're training, you have a good environment, you have a good relationship with the coach and your partners, and then compete as often as possible. Try to win as often as possible. You're not probably going to win your first comp, but if you go in there and do 10 comps in a year, you're going to at least win one. And the next year you might win 5, and then eventually start winning more and more and more.
Nice. That's a good answer. Do you have an opinion on white belts doing heel hooks?
I think it's important to learn everything.
Yeah?
As long as you're taught the defense before the offense.
That's a good call.
And then it's fine.
Nice. I agree. All right, guys. Well, follow Zach. Follow him on socials. What's your Instagram and everything?
zak.angelevski_.
This kid's insane, and he's definitely going to win more gold medals. So keep an eye out for him. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Do you want to have a roll?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, white belt is